Boy, we got people. Good. I see charities also online helping people, so that's nice. I just ran out of time today and didn't get time. This is the first time I have time to try to help some people. So I'm here. Better late than never, huh? I see that's a problem with getting old. Nobody knows your jokes. They're all so young. The people who know them died by now. So I got to get young writers. I think that's what it means to do. But if that's my biggest problem, that's nice. That's the dashboard. Mm, come on, dashboard. I know you're there. I know you're there. May I ask a question? Sure, Corey, what's the question? I mean, I can't tell you the results of races tomorrow. That would be nice to know. Or is the stock market's going up or down? But uh, what do you need, Corey? Uh, wow, I've seen you on TV back when there was TV commercials. That's right. So you don't see me there anymore. Doesn't work anymore. Not only are there no TV commercials, but nobody buys reference books. I was selling reference books there. Uh, but tell you the truth, what I do now is, I mean, I sold millions and millions of reference books, but I don't think anybody used them. I don't get feedback like I do now with Let's Go Help. Okay, let's see what Corey had. There's an incredible amount of verbiage on your website. And what is the most efficient way to get a coach or some kind of direction? Be able, yeah, we're working on that, Corey. The first thing that you want to do is go over, there's a section on the website. Oh, they keep changing the name. So we're working on just that issue. And let's see, let's go help too, so I know what the, okay, the tabs on the left-hand side. Go over there and see how to and goal tracker, how to. And then you see buy a home, pay bills and debt, and start business. Now, you're probably, a good chance one of those is a good place to start, okay? And start there, and that will take you through, the process. And then also you see the question corner, question channel, okay? That's where you put questions if you have questions. But if you are working on one of those items, like the, oh, now I can't find them. Oh, buy a home or pay your bills and debt or start a business, there's special questions and answer sessions in there. So you want to go there and answer your questions there. Let's see. Does that make sense, Corey? Please repeat, it wasn't clear. Okay. On the left-hand side of this, I mean, if you have the video open, maybe it's not there, but there's a table of contents on the left-hand side, okay? I have the first book. Oh, you're the one, James. Wow. Good. Okay, is that the same Corey? Okay. Oh, okay, you got it, Corey. Good. Nice to meet you. Feta? Oh, wonderful name. I would like to open a retail store in Miami. Okay, where do I get a grant? Okay. First of all, when you're looking for a business, you don't look for money. You look for help. Okay, and that's what you do, is you look for help, because that's how the government's set up. They help you find the money you need, okay? And you find the organizations in Miami there that help you. I mean, there'll be a dozen, 2 dozen at least, nonprofit organizations that help people start or expand any business they want. And if you go over to how to, God, I forget how they changed the names on it. We're starting this up, so we don't have it all memorized yet. Okay, let's go. Ba, 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 ba. how to, and then global goal tracker, okay, how to. So that's where you go, how to do something. And then we set up goals. Okay, first you do this, then you do that. And then in those, how-to sections, we have a special, place to ask questions about that, because that's, very specific, and we can build up expertise for you that way. And so that's where you ask questions. And we have special seminars or workshops to ask questions live to other people. And then you could also meet other people, like you and Mamie starting a business. Well, if you go to that listing, start a business, that page, you could talk to people like you. They're also starting business, and that's the best way to learn a lot. You learn from each other, and this is what the whole Let's Go Help is about. It's a community of people helping each other get the money and help they need to do things, okay? Hiya, Rickwood. Hiya, Michelle. Good night, big fella, your family and family members. And God keeping him blind. Yeah. Oh, we're going to get another family member, maybe tomorrow. One of my boys' wife and him are going to have a baby in the morning, I think, if all goes as planned. Teresa Graham, how you doing? Good evening to you. I see that everybody's, about the price of eggs. And I guess that was sort of like an inflation thing. Everybody is saying like, oh, because consumer prices went up a bunch, and they're going up a lot more. And people are getting hurt because of that, because their wages are not going up. That's the reason. That's why I think, the elected officials talk about, oh, they're going to get prices down. What we really got to get are wages up. Our society has been giving too much of our income to the top people and not enough to the workers. The worker bees are getting less, even though they're contributing more. They're getting less out of it. And it's the people who own, it's the top, 10% or so that's getting all the money. I look at this chart here. Okay, this shows you wages in the last 50 years. That's right, 50, probably 45, I think, or 47. But in there, from about 1980 to current, actually it's 79, that's right. And wages for 90% of us went only up 30% in 45 years. 30%, 45 years. But you had to live in America doing that. In America, prices went up 300%. So inflation, prices went up 300%, and your wages only went up 30%. You're screwed, right? So so you're fighting wages, and that's why I think, I don't think so that's the thing to fight. See, these folks were getting all the were getting all the money, and the average working people have not. Wages are stagnant unless you are very rich. So the top 10% has been collecting all the wealth and all the productivity. I mean, the workers have been more productive now. Workers are creating more income for everybody now, but the owners are taking it and not the workers. And so that's why I think, so they complain about prices because they don't know what else to do. They have so much money and they think they're working as hard as they can, so they can't get more. But they're getting a smaller piece of the pie. So their wages aren't going up. Prices go up because the pie is going up. But 90% are getting a smaller piece of the pie. Now, I'm sure there may be a better explanation for all this, but that's what I see. Let's see who else has a question. I'm attempting to find funding for my nonprofit. Where would I start looking? Well, right now, starting a nonprofit is like starting a business. So what I would do is go over to our section there on how-to, the how-to section, and we have business, we have housing, and we have bills and debt, okay? So you check the business one. We're gonna have a separate one for nonprofits, but for now, it's really basically the same. And that, Vita, how are you today? How are you today, Vita? Let me know. And what you have to do is call and make an appointment. Don't say I have a profit, I need money. No, you want to start a nonprofit, or you have a nonprofit and you need help starting that nonprofit. You want to get expert help, because what happens is otherwise you're going to go into Google and you're going to ask for help in Google, and everybody there is going to want money from you to help you. So you have to stay away from Google. You have to use the resources that will help you. That's for free. The government wants you to start a nonprofit. They want you to start a business. They want you to invest in real estate, because that's how create jobs. So that's why they have money and help. That is terrible. What's terrible, Michelle? Oh, the best way to apply for funds is to learn AI. Well, that's a good way. AI is great help. And it will be, I think, for a while, until they figure out how to make money out of it. See, they're not selling anything there, and that's why it's good. Because you could go to AI, like right now. You don't have to go to us. You could go to AI. Say you want to home repair, okay? You go to AI and you say, you live in Miami, okay? So you can go to AI and say, show me all the sources of money and help from nonprofit organizations and government offices that give people money or help to fix up a home. And you say, give me 50 listings. They'll have 50 of them in most cities. No problem at all. But see, if you do that in Google, you'll get 50 million. And those 50 will be there, but you'll never find them. And you'll just find the people that want to get money from you and help you if you pay them money. So that is why I think AI is good. But remember one thing, all the real grants and the real free money and help come from nonprofits and government offices. They do not come from capitalist people like me. They do not come from Google. Google is capitalism, okay? That's why I advertise there, to find people like you that I can try to help, okay? I'm looking for one of my special. All right, what did you do with that? I bet somebody took this. Somebody's just trying to mess me over. I know the world is against me. Isn't it? Don't you feel that way? Here it is. This is what we show you, this part of the equation. So this is all the money in America, okay, for 2023. And the yellow is the Google part. This is capitalism. But the green and blue part is government and nonprofit. They're the people who give money over here. These are the people who take money. They need money from you. I'm over there, okay? These people do all this for free. So that's where you want, that's the only people we show you. We only show you people who do things for free. That the workers are not get a bigger piece of that. Yeah, you're right. Vita, doing a bit better. I looked into some of your resources, especially for my mom. I can only hope she can get medi. I truly appreciate all your help. Been on the phone for hours. That may what it take. Yeah. Weekdays I can't. May. You are right about getting on the phone. See, now listen to Vita. Vita sounds like a wonderful human. And this is what, and she has to take the time and put in the time on the phone. And we get this again and again from members. You know, nothing starts to happen until you get on the phone. Nothing starts to happen until you get on the phone. Happy Sunday, FYI. Oh, Tula. I'm going to get together that I have a note into Julia, who's redoing Let's Go Help. But I'm going to get you a whole bunch of. If I knew what ones you want, those reports, but I'll put in what I have. A complete collection for business stuff, and I'll put it in a separate file, and I'll put it in a bit. You know what that means? A bit.ly. So you could have a bit .ly, maybe Let's Go Business, and all the stuff will be in there. You could just give it to your folks easily that way. Give me another day or so to get that going. Vida, how are you? All of them, okay. Will do. Damn scammers, you're wonderful human, and so are your colleagues. No, thank you. So eggs are now costing $2,000. No, I meant a $2,000 grant. Yeah, I mean, it's all clickbait. You know, I'm like Trump. You know, I'm gonna do this, and he says outrageous things because that's what gets media. That's what gets attention. We have a society now that has so much media. Fighting through the media is the key. And if nobody knows what you're doing, then nothing happens, unfortunately. And you have to be clever or whatever to be able to get through it, unless you have a lot of money. And if you have a lot of money, then you can buy it, you know. But most of us don't. So that means you have to be a little more clever, you know. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, but take care of mom first, and then you. Or first you, then mom, because if you're not here, nobody can take care of mom, okay? So make sure you take care of you first, Rita, then mom. I find some neat stuff I put in the other video I did already today. And of course, now I lost that too. No, I didn't. Ooh, private school. Texas is giving $10,000 a year to pay for private school education. So if you don't want to go to public school, they have private schools. Here's a link, and I'll put all these links here that I collected recently. Today is actually how recently this is. And that means I have to learn how to do tabs and stuff. Are you links here? Where are you, Linky? Linky dinky doodly doo. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go over and put these links up in the chat. That's your mom, yeah. What happened to my send? Private schools, that's great for Texas. Yeah, I think they're big on private schools down there. Virginia's another one. Of course, but I can't tell you. Why don't I see that? Darn. I wonder if my, I have my, okay, here it is, yeah. Okay, there it is, yeah. Okay, so there's a link about the private school if you want to learn more about that. Also, the other link there is about 10 churches that give out rent grants. Most big churches, I mean, Lutherans and all kinds of them, and all the national church. So they're in many cities too. And you don't, a lot of them, I don't know all of them. I obviously didn't get to all of them, but it's usually just for members in the community, and you don't have to be a member of the church. What was your website you mentioned about finding help to open a store? My apologies. Oh, don't worry. No, it's over on Let's Go, on the left-hand side. There's a table of contents on the left-hand side. And why do I keep forgetting what that's called now? It used to be called one thing. I think yesterday they called it another. Oh, how to. Goal tracker. Now, how to buy a home, how to pay debt and bills, how to start a business. So over there, under how to is how to start a business. Okay, Rafaela, okay. That's okay, never apologize. I hear the agencies push back must ultimatum. Yeah, they're all, it'll be a circus for a while until he runs into enough walls and maybe he'll slow down. And that's why, just keep going along. That's a sideshow. And the majority won't be affected. Most of the things that I know that I've helped people with are not really affected. Maybe people won't be there for a while or something like that. But it'll all keep going. And there's so many options. See, that's the other thing. You have to look for the options. Right now, okay, here's like apparently down in Alabama, they canceled the utility grants, and then a week later they got them back. But see, if you want utility, now right now, I'll go in to see, if you go to findhelp.org, okay, you can put findhelp.org. I'll put in my zip code 20009. Okay, now put in utility. Okay, this is my zip code. So right now it says there's 3,601 programs from nonprofit organizations or government offices in my zip code, 3,600. So I put in utilities, and Vida, thank you again for encouraging other people to get on the phone. Okay, 115. So there's 115 programs. Now, they all obviously won't be for you. That's okay. But now you have a shopping list, you know. It's just like, you know, who's selling cars. So you go to those places. Maybe there's not one for you, but now you know where to look. Okay, Matthew, let's go. Love you to the, oh, thank you. And back to the best ever. In Virginia, in Virginia, is that the electricity folks? Well, Teresa, what's your zip code? Because you should go in and find for help, okay, for your utility bills, if that's what your issue. Yes, of course, surprisingly, many people pick up the phone. I was shocked. Low weight, hold times, knock wood. Yeah, see, listen to Vida, everybody. It's very, very important, because the more people we could do and follow Vida's example is going to be is going to get you down the path, and for the rest of your life to do anything. You know, we're all lazy, intuitively lazy. I am too. But if you really want to do something, you have to stretch, and something that isn't comfortable, and you have to do it once or twice. You got to jump in the in the water and see. Please, please be like Vida, not like me. Just sharing electric company. Oh, I see. Okay, good. Hi, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Good. So, so churches. Okay, I have the link there of all this article that surprised us. Oh, this is interesting. States now, this is up in the state of Washington, that because of the increase in rents, what they're doing is giving grants for extra rent. In other words, okay, your rent went up $300 or whatever. Well, they'll give you up to $400 a month extra for a year, okay? If you have, you know, if you have increase in your rent. Now that's interesting. So I know Miami has something like that for seniors, though. So that would be interesting. Oh, here's what I love too. Make America healthy again. Okay, I think the new Department of Health and Human Services is going to do that. He's a health freak, the Kennedy guy. But Utah is taking that and is now doing legislation where for SNAP, you know, what used to be called, whatever it used to be called. If you're new, you gotta love this. Hope you're going. That with the SNAP benefits, that's the food, you can't buy soda or candy. Now listen to this. Now I got some. I did it in a video just an hour ago. Okay, obesity levels. United States is #1 in obesity in the world. Obesity, that's like a disease. It's not just being heavy. That's a disease. 33% of us are obese. 30%. And you know that has to affect healthcare, that has to affect life longevity, that has to affect all those kinds of things. I mean, I fought it as a kid. I was a short, fat kid. You see me now, but I fight this goddamn thing every day of my life. And I'm 81. I still have to fight it every day. I mean, it's a disease. And that's just part of it. The other article on this is that overweight and obesity, okay, if you put those two together, overweight and obesity, we're number one again in the whole world. We're the richest people in the world. How does this happen? Yeah, and that's 66% of America. That's 2/3 of America is obese or overweight. 66% of America, obese or overweight. Wow. I mean, that is a challenge, and you have to find your own way to do it. And like I say, I fight it every day. My Smiley says, I treat food as my enemy. It is. Once I started that sucker, man, it's best not to start. It's like crack. But obesity, to think what is. And we pay twice as much for health care in our country than any other country, twice as much. All the other developed countries pay half. Why? Well, my guess it's a lot about prescription. It's a lot about companies. It's a lot about being capitalists. You know, everybody wants the capitalists to make money. Well, that'd be fine if the workers made it too, but now it seems that the workers aren't making it. And it's just going to the oligarchy, whatever you call these. That doesn't seem right. But here, we also have the most poor people. So we have the fattest and the poorest people. But never fear, we're also one in millionaires and billionaires. So, here's that thing. Millionaires and billionaires. Number one in millionaires. Number two is China. Number three is Japan. And then UK. But 24 millionaires. I like that. And billionaires, we got 975. And I think they're all in Trump's cabinet. Actually, remember if you saw the Trump, and I didn't, when he was sworn in, there were three people behind him. There was, Elon Musk, the Amazon guy, and the Facebook, Bezos and Zuckerberg. And so those three guys have more wealth by the three of them than the bottom 50% of the population. Three people have more wealth than the bottom 50%. And they just can't wait to get more. That's why they're up, in this guy's pocket now, because they want to get more. But okay, that's a different issue. We got to figure out to use what is there now, not what may or may not be there in the future, and get the tools that you need to use it. And that's it. You can't learn just the internet. The internet you want to learn more now because of AI, because that is. I did a look on my latest video. I just did. I mean, it went in. I need a picture of something. I put in AI and I just said, give me a picture of a couple in a supermarket just astounded at the price of eggs. Bim, bam, I got it. Or my last video, I said, what did I do? Oh, I had a picture, a video, and you could look at my last video. Not the one I just did, but the one before. This one I didn't do it. The one before that. Yeah, I said, give me a picture of the government handing out checks to people. A big line of people in line to hand out checks. Wow, all easy, a couple seconds. And that's fine. These graphs I've seen, I had them do that. I just tried to do another one, and won't let me do it. Said, no, we don't do graphs, and you have to do, sounded too complicated, so I didn't bother. But they were good. So, I mean, but you just want to see how to use it. Sort of like a car. You know, I mean, it was, you know, the poor horses lost a job. Thank God horses didn't vote when we went from horses to cars. Just think, it'd take us longer to get to the cars, right? If the horses voted. uh, and like anything, the computers, and they get easier and they go in. So don't think of losing. Think it's another opportunity. And that's what I see. They're just tools in society to do what you think is important to do. Find out what you want to do. And that's another thing with what's available on learning about government programs. I mean, it's not only just pays and bills and expenses. It's to help you dig into your heart so you could produce more in society, so you could give more. And that's a way to show your love. I mean, I think this is how we love each other, is by giving. And that's why I call her, Let's Go Help, a loving community where everybody wants to help everybody else. And because it's a shitty life out there, everybody gets beat up. So, but if we're doing it together and realizing that, you know, that gives comfort to people, and we all need that. We all need that so much. I think more than anything else, but in a society of abundance like we have, and the comfort in people is incredible. And we used to have a lot of that in our country, the bowling leagues and all that kind of stuff. That went away, you know, and we don't live near families and all that kind of stuff. Even in the building I live in, I just trying to start a community here. There's 70 organizations, and they just throw parties in the lobby all the time. I know you see my Valentine's Day party in the lobby. I showed you some pictures of that earlier. But it's all helping each other, and that's what Let's Go Help is. If you think somebody's looking for something, you think you know anything about it that could lift up their heart a little bit to help them do a little bit more. And that's the important thing, because we all need that to do a little bit more. We all lose before we know. God, yeah. Well, all I know is that I wrote 100 books and only 10 made money. And it just was, it's amazing. You have to, but see, if your passion isn't there to stay and figure it out, and that's another thing, you know, how, God, I'm so bad with Vita's saying, I mean, nothing started to happen until she called, because people want to help humans. They don't want to help a robot. So you trying to find an application or whatever, then another robot will take that application. That's no fun for anybody, and you don't understand what it really is. I had a quick question. What stocks are you interested in? None. I invest in nothing except me. Yeah, I mean, that's gambling. If you want to do gambling, that's fine. I would do something in an index fund and not worry about. You're playing with professional people who think about that stuff 24 hours a day, you know. And it's like, well, I like football. I'll go, you know, play against some professional football players. You can't. Yeah, you don't stand a chance. But long term, you know, it can't be as bad. But that's a personal thing. You invest in something you live in. Are there $1 houses? Yes, there are, Corey. Look in our section of, what the hell is that thing called? Again, how-to section. So how-to section, and look under buy a home, and the second step in there has information on that, okay? So anything is real estate, buy a home there. Okay, Benny, those professionals started somewhere. Those professionals are, yes. Oh, yeah, you think of it as a career, yeah, then you have to go. You have to play. That's the only way you learn, right? But you don't go into the, to me, to do something like that, to me, it was, I'd be a gopher for a current investor. That way they'll pay you to learn. Instead of you losing money and trying to learn. Thank you, Corey. Yeah, good. Hello, Ethel. Uh-huh. Well, let's see. What do we have? Benny, the great mustachio. If you guys want to make some money, invest in Rocket Lab USA just for March and April. There's money there. Well, I wouldn't. I don't know anything about it. Trust in somebody's tip. We're grown-ups, all able to do what we want, but this is not a place for that. Hello, everybody. I'm new to this. I really need help finding grants for college for my daughter. And he said, yes, authorities. The best place is the Let's Go Meta Grant Report. Get a copy of that. Let's see, may I get that for you? Let's Go Meta Grant Report. Not there, not there. Maybe over here. And an account. Yeah, so let's go Meta Grant Report. We're trying to do away with that slowly, but we still have it. Oh, I know where it is. It's, you got to go to reports. Go over to reports on the table of contents. Let me make sure it's still there because it sort of changes. Let's go grants, let's go winners, testimony. Let's go reports, okay? Let's go reports on the left-hand side. Click on the state 500 mini grant reports and you will see first one there is Let's Go Meta Grant Report, okay? And there's a section there, paying for college. There's Ethel. She's fast draw Ethel. I can't beat her to the punch. David, kindness is the key that opens doors. Yes, oh, yes, always. Okay, I think I exercised a little too hard fighting my obesity complex. That's why now I'm just anorexic. I just hate food, what it does to me. And I'm not a foodie anyway. I don't know why. Well, I've been a fussy eater my whole life. Listen, guys, I'm gonna take off. I'll see you tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me in my life. This is the best part of my life because of you guys.